SoundOff, Louisiana's premier television sports talk show, is on deck from the Caesars Sportsbook at Horseshoe Lake Charles. The three wise guys are mic'd up and ready. SoundOff begins now.
Counting time, counting the days down to Christmas. Glad to have you with us, Sound
close.
Offers. You and your gang with us here, coming to you from Caesars Sportsbook at Horseshoe Lake Charles. It is Christmas time.
That's my most favorite time of year.
I know it is.
We're all over Christmas.
I love Christmas.
Yeah,
man.
hey, we're the three wise guys, not to be confused with the wise men. No confusion there. Busy show tonight, guys. You ready? LSU has their quarterback, but not much of an offensive line for next fall to protect him. We got word on that portal news, NIL news coming out of Tiger Town. We got that on our minds. New McNeese football coach Matt Viator rounds out his completed coaching staff. It's finally done. I think he did it in record time.
That was quicker than I thought he did.
Very quick. It needed to be quick. The Saints with a two-pointer to win. But not this time.
But not this time.
All right. I still say the McNeese basketballers of Will Wade are coming around just at the right time.
They are.
We got that. Plus, in the fourth chair tonight, McNeese AD Heath Schroyer will join us. A lot of questions, a lot to cover, and we've got some Heisman Trophy debate going on.
We do.
I know we do. All right, we begin with the big news. As expected, I didn't want to jinx the Garrett Nussmeier decision. I didn't want to say anything until number 13 came out and officially said it. He's coming back for his senior year. A huge sigh of relief for LSU fans.
Can you give me credit, Rick? Because the last week's show, I said it here. I said, I'm going on record. Nussmeier will return for another year at LSU. Both of you said.
Well, you wrote him a $100,000 check, so of course he's got to come back after you wrote that check.
That's legal now.
It's legal. I don't have to worry about saying that. Yeah. This was a big deal.
No, it was.
You said at one time this was the number one decision.
Well, it was.
It was.
More than even now, they've got to supplement it with some portal help.
They do.
You brought it up, offensive line. That was the one reason I thought he might not come back.
Yeah.
Good point.
I thought he would be back, but if you're a quarterback, you want an offensive line.
We're going to get into that in a minute. But back to Nuss. Kevin, now NFL draft notwithstanding, if he left with a portal, that would have been a huge mark on LSU's perception.
It would have been a disaster, Rick. Honestly.
That would have been a scar.
For the portal?
Yeah.
If he would have went to the portal for whatever reason, I'm just saying.
For whatever reason,
he wasn't going.
I know that, but NFL draft, you give him credit. You go if he wants to go.
And let me say, this is what the offensive coaches at LSU can say. We don't have to worry about finding a quarterback. Let's put people around him. That's all you have to do.
The system is set.
The system is set.
Let's
just
make
put
it better.
people around him.
All right, to your point, Campbell gone to the draft.
Yeah.
Emory Jones is gone. Dellinger and Frazier, outgoing seniors.
Yeah.
DJ Chester,
Yeah. They're gone.
freshman at center,
who
is
was
the only return.
Who was the weak link of that line.
Do they have it in the
Now,
stockpile?
No.
Oh, my God.
I mean, there's some players.
Rick,
they do get better, but they've as we're doing this show on Tuesday, they've signed 6 out of the portal, but no offensive linemen.
They better get busy.
Now I would expect at least 2 or 3 portal linemen to be there.
They're coming. They got to come.
And Rick, you know what makes it even better for offensive linemen looking to maybe move and go to a different place? They've got a quarterback that they know is not somebody that's going to come in and have to figure out what to do. All they got to do is keep him upright. And that makes it easy for an offensive lineman that's wanting to come to LSU to say, you know what, they've got a quarterback in place. We just got to go and keep him upright. That's it.
Clearly, guys, in my mind, the biggest need, offensive line.
No doubt, Rick.
Defensive line.
No doubt.
Cornerbacks, safety. I mean, LSU sucks at safety right now.
They
maybe
suck at a lot of things,
quarterback. Maybe you got to get some. Got to get a little help.
They got a Mississippi State transfer.
Mississippi State
Okay,
transfer.
there you go.
Threat guy
and that's what you
who
need.
started as a true freshman at Mississippi State. He will have 3 years remaining.
Yeah.
Good.
Which is that could work out perfect. And everybody's forgetting about what's the freshman at LSU?
Colin Hurley out of Florida.
Hurley,
Yeah.
You don't hear much about him.
No,
you don't.
You really don't.
You're foreshore guy.
I wonder why.
I don't know. Well, we'll see. All right. How about this Brian Kelly $1 million challenge? You wrote about it.
You know what?
I'm going to take $1 million, put it where my mouth is. It can't go in the NIL, but it can go to TAF. I like it.
No.
I like it.
What?
No.
Nice shit.
TAF, what? Why not put it to the players? Why put it to TAF?
Well, he can't
Well, that's
just.
against the
say
rules.
that.
It's a rule.
I shouldn't say that because of what I represent.
You can.
I shouldn't
You
say
should know that they can't that he can't
Scooter,
do that?
stop.
Or you
Kevin.
saying that there's
Stop,
ways
Scooter.
to.
Stop.
So you're saying
I
the,
didn't
the
say nothing. You're
organization.
the newspaper man. I didn't say anything, Scooter.
Yeah,
I'm just
you're
saying.
about
It can go to
to.
Taft.
You trying to set me up to say something?
So
that I'm not.
you're saying
No,
your
they're-
alma mater
they're
is
always-
into money laundering?
No, not at all.
Okay.
Never.
That's a
I'm
phrase.
just saying there is something that's called a collective.
Okay.
He
But
can't.
he
couldn't-
cannot donate to the collective.
No. I think it's a good move. I
Take
like it, and I think
The
it's
only
a good.
thing I
Stop,
can
Scooter.
figure is
Stop, Scooter. I knew where you stop, Scooter. Stop.
I think
This
it's
is
a good
newspaper.
move.
You wonder why he's the best sports writer in Louisiana. You wonder why. huh?
He's urging
Okay.
fans to pony up, and somebody matches, he'll throw them. He'll throw
Yeah.
the million in.
Yeah.
I think it's a good
Yeah,
move.
I think it's a great idea.
All right, let's move to.
basically saying he's giving 10% of his salary.
That's right.
Give 10%
I
of your
think,
yours.
I think he kind of got
All
word
right,
too,
McNeese
Scooter.
new head football coach Matt Viator rounds out the staff. We've been waiting on, quote, an offense coordinator that will kind of take the lead. Tyler Bolfing, who was
Yeah.
here a number of years ago, played for Viator, and also out of Westlake, Terrence Cahy will take over
Yes.
linebackers.
Yes.
So now it's now. Matt Viator told me, I don't think it's common knowledge, but he told me just last night that he will oversee game planning, he will oversee game and clock management, but probably will not call plays. I think this is interesting. It should fall to Bolfing to do it. Now he says probably
I
won't
think he's
call
got
plays.
enough confidence
I
in him
wonder
to
how
do
long
it, Rick.
that lasts.
We'll see.
And that
We'll
is so
see.
true, Rick.
I
But you know
wonder
what?
how long that lasts.
You don't want to put too much on a head coach because I think in years past, pretty much that's what's happened. Been a play caller and a head coach. Is that pretty much been what McNeese has been doing?
He has done that. He has been head coach and he has
I
called
think
plays or has been a part of it.
if
Remember,
you-
Lance Guidry was head coach
That was
and
my point.
defensive
That was a bit
coordinator.
much. And you know, Rick, sometimes you've got to delegate those things to other people that you've got faith in. And for him to hire those people, I think he's got enough faith in them for them to do that.
I think it's up to Matt Viator to decide what he wants to do.
And I think
I do too,
a lot
Scooter.
of it's going to depend
too.
on.
Now, if he does, and the plays don't work, then we'll jump on him here.
It's the offensive coordinator that did it.
Well,
Rick.
he don't point.
It's
Look,
the offensive
jump
it will
on him
also
then.
depend on. It all goes back to the quarterback. It all goes back to who he brings in, how much experience,
agree.
how much trust. There's that word again. Trust he has in a quarterback and some of his skill people. So see where that goes.
Yeah.
Big news: McNeese has announced September 6, 25. Cowboys are going back to Cajun Field to take on UL Lafayette. It's been
That'd be good.
9 years.
Yeah.
06 was the last.
Been
I
that
think-
long?
9
I think that would be
years.
great. I do think that would be great.
They lost in 06 by about 8 or 9 points. The last win came in they lost in it's been since 16. The last time they beat
Yeah.
them was 07.
Right, right.
So it's been since
They
16.
haven't
So that's
played
9
that
years.
many
That-
times, haven't
I think-
played.
that
No,
would
they
be
had
a
not.
good game because if I'm not mistaken, didn't UL win the Sun Belt this year?
No, but they were in the
did.
championship game. They were close.
Got
Okay.
their
They were
butts
close. All
beat.
right, we got to hit this break. Saints, McNeese, Hoops,
Yes.
and also AD He's Sure is coming up later on in the show when we come back to Caesar Sportsbook at Horseshoe Lake Charles.
Coors Banquet, the same brewing tradition since 1873. When you're the favorite beer of rock stars and cowboys, you don't compromise. That's our legacy. What do you want to go down in history for? Start your legacy. Coors Banquet.
What's bugging you?
Is it roaches? They're the first pest you think of for indoor bugs and a health threat. At J&J, we offer weapons to eliminate and prevent infestation of your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Contact us today for a free inspection.
Welcome back to SoundOff, Caesar Sportsbook, Horseshoe Lake Charles. Reminding you, it's the New Year's
Yes, it
party destination, Bruce Brothers, New Year's Eve night, Legends of the Bayou, a two-way doubleheader free concert.
It's gonna be a good
Rusty
concert.
McGuire and Zydeco Crush, along with Keith Frank, the Legends.
Keith Frank is a
on
legend,
the
man.
Bayou. Show
Keith
starts
Frank's a
at
legend.
8 o'clock. New Year's Eve night. Do I need to say it's free again?
Yes.
Free of charge.
Please
Get
don't,
here
man.
early. Bring your dancing shoes and get a good
It's gonna
seat.
be fun. People
New
love that
Year's
kind of
Eve
music.
party at Bruce Brothers, right across the way from Caesar
gonna be
Sportsbook.
fun.
All right, McNeese basketball coming up. Also, He's Sure is going to join us in the fourth chair. This has been one of the most underhyped Heisman Trophy campaigns in recent years. I haven't heard
Can I tell
anything
you why?
about this.
Can I tell you
I
why?
really haven't much.
Can I tell you why? People had already made their decision, Rick. I think 3 games into the season, who was going to win it? Be honest with yourself.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Cam
I
Ward
mean,
was going really good.
No,
I wasn't.
I'm not out of my mind. Think about it. What player you know can play 125 plays? Are you out your mind? What person on
He's
this
a little
earth?
goofy at times. I got it, but
What person on this earth can play 125 plays?
they did it in their leather helmet days.
Oh, get out! I'll get off the show. I'll leave the show. Are you out your
All right,
mind?
Travis
Okay,
Hunter
let's
wins.
take a little
Watch your mind.
survey here. Of us 3, how many of us have a vote?
Oh,
on
see,
the
there he
Heisman?
goes.
Yeah,
Rick.
he's pulling
There
that
he goes,
card.
Rick. Every time Ricky pulls it.
Mr.
I
Big
voted.
Shot.
Scooter-
Mr.
Scooter
Big
has the
Shot.
vote.
Whatever.
Okay,
All right.
Scooter.
That,
Okay.
and I voted for.
You voted for the right person.
Yes, but it was not as foregone a conclusion as last year with Jaden Daniels
Oh, yeah.
or the last few years. I mean, it wasn't razor thin, but I
think-
mean, there was some doubt because, and to his credit, I mean, that running back at Boise,
He was good. No, he.
that's a hell of a year.
Ashton
was
Genty.
good. He had
Closest
a heck of a
vote
year.
totals since 09. Closest
Yeah.
vote total. So there was a short gap
Closest.
between Hunter and Genty. Now, how about this kid out of Boise State? Guys, you follow it closer than I do.
He's got a
I've
story,
never
though.
heard.
There's a story behind
I've
him,
never
too.
heard a candidate say, "I should have run away with this thing," but I congratulate Hunter. I've never heard that.
I haven't
It's usually
either.
mum's the word,
I
right?
He's got
haven't-
confidence.
You
You give
know,
it to him.
you take the high road.
He's got-
even
he's
when
got confidence.
Peyton Manning got screwed.
Exactly.
Although in retrospect,
I
that
think-
wasn't that bad. And Charles Woodson won it.
Charles Woodson
he
was-
turned out.
he was-
I don't know.
believe
He
was
turned
good.
out okay.
I'd say
but
Peyton Manning.
was magnanimous, and that's
Yeah.
the
Rick-
one I can recall that everybody thought would win it.
I
Didn't.
just think that for some people, they didn't know if he was going to be offense or defense, and that was that.
But he wasn't.
talented.
The reason he won is because he was both.
My point.
Oh,
though,
I
Scooter,
agree.
He was
but
a
There
unicorn.
was
I
no
agree.
doubt about it. There was no doubt about it. But I said for some people, they wanted him to be either offense or defense.
Yeah, but
and it
no,
wasn't.
but
Scooter,
look
now
at
hear what
this.
I'm saying.
Look,
That's
the-
just how some
Hunter-
people felt.
Hunter
because
won.
some of the guys
Hunter-
I
I don't know
is
what
he
it's
gonna
called.
declare defense or offense?
You
But
think-
that's what I'm saying,
But the
Scooter.
kid won the award for best DB, and he won
Yes,
the Blitnikoff
yes,
Award for
yes.
best receiver. So
Yes.
I mean,
okay.
you got to
Rick,
win the Heisman.
That's my point, Scooter.
You got to win the
You
Heisman.
So
can't
you're
just look at-
saying being
I'm
a
not saying
two-way
anything.
player
I'm telling you what
hurt him.
people. No, where did that come from?
All right,
What's in that drink?
Hey,
is,
hey,
Rick?
hey!
What-
I'm
where
going
is
to test it in a minute.
What's in there?
He might go. Look, he's expected to go #1 in the NFL draft. Travis Hunter.
Why wouldn't he?
Shador Sanders is really, really good. He surprised me
Shador's
finishing
going to
8th.
Dallas. They've
I
already
don't
cut
know,
that
but
deal.
don't
Jerry
be shocked
Jones.
if Sanders
They've
goes
already
number
cut that
1.
deal.
Depends
He's
on who
going to
picks.
Dallas.
Well, but Sanders, you weren't going to vote for 2 guys from the same team.
I get it, but he's really, really
no.
good.
But
He's
but
really
Rick, can we just say this? When has we ever seen a player of this guy? We got to
Never.
talk more about this. This is
Never.
something. This has never happened, dude.
Never.
This never happened.
in the coming weeks. How about let's go to Mountain East basketball coach Will Wade. He has covered the gamut on this basketball team. Like preseason, I don't like this team. They're not working on it enough. And then they're getting better,
Look.
but we're not as bad as we look. And now,
Will Wade.
now he likes his team and where it's coming around.
He knows what
you
he's doing, Rick.
lose 2 single-digit losses to ranked teams in the SEC. You're damn good. I'm
Yes, you
sorry.
are. Yes, you
You're
are.
damn good.
Yes, you
I
are.
think he's. I
Look.
think he's poor mouthing right now.
Will Wade knows exactly what he's doing. Okay.
I still think he'll walk through the conference.
Oh, everybody
I don't
knows
think
everybody's
he'll.
playing
You're
for
saying
second.
unbeaten?
Well, not necessarily.
Not
unbeaten,
necessarily, but Rick.
What did they lose? 1 game in the conference last year to Southeastern,
Yeah.
I believe.
And,
I don't think
you're
nobody
going
can
to have
match
an off night, but
Yeah.
yeah, the conference race will not be close.
I've said that since I've been on the show. Everybody's playing for second place. I keep saying it.
They're the odds-on
You've been on the
favorite.
show for 30 years.
They're the odds-on favorite.
Boy, you
I
on the road
get it.
today, okay?
Watch out for Stephen F. Watch out
Stephen
for
F is gonna be
Incarnate
good.
Word in Southeastern.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
They are,
All right,
Rick. I agree with you.
Joe Charles was held scoreless by Mississippi State in the last 12 and a half minutes of that game. He had 19 points. That can't happen.
Look,
Charles has to get some shots.
remember
You get
what
19 and you're held scoreless for 12 minutes in the game to end it?
even on a bad night, let me tell you what the advantage that Will Wade has on a lot of coaches in the Southland Conference. Even if you're having a bad night as a team, I'm going to outcoach you. Don't you get it, guys? Don't you get it? He's going to outcoach half the people he played.
Okay.
Yeah.
Come on now,
but
you really don't see that?
Yeah, he'll sit here and tell you that may be worth 3 points. It's the guys on the floor, Kevin.
No
It's
doubt
the
about
talent
that,
on the
Rick.
floor.
Put him in the right place. That's what
Well, he's
going to
put him in the right place. Alan Breed being out longer than what we had expected now.
It was pretty much.
This guy was their leading scorer, and this knee injury may go deep into South.
You can't rush
I
that
got
back,
it.
man.
I got it. Now,
can't.
Christian Shoemate with the outside shot, he hit some at State in that road game. That's going to be interesting. That may be one of the X factors come league time. If he can play inside and out. I don't know. That again.
I'm going to let Garcia shoot that.
8-point loss at Alabama.
That's
and
pretty
3
good.
points
And
against
Alabama was
Mississippi
ranked number 2?
State.
Yeah.
What, Bama was 2?
And Mississippi State, man, I saw the clips. That's a big physical
Well, you know
good
the
team.
SEC, they had that SEC, ACC
Yeah.
challenge. The
Yeah.
SEC went 14-2.
There you go. You're
at
bolstering
that.
my point. And Tennessee should be damn good this year
SEC
too,
is
right?
good, man.
Okay.
Come on.
I mean, come on now.
Aren't
Yeah,
they
they did.
ranked number 1
They,
now?
they
no
should
doubt
be.
about it. They
They
are
should
good.
be up against the clock.
Yes.
Fourth chair is being filled by McNeese AD. He's sure.
Can't wait to get
He's
these on.
coming up. Stay right there.
What's bugging you?
Is it ants? They're crazy, tiny, irritating pests outside trying to get in. At J&J, we offer weapons to locate, eliminate, and prevent their entering your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Contact us today for a free inspection.
We are back. Caesar Sportsbook, Horseshoe Lake Charles. A lot
Yes.
buzzing around McNeese, so we thought it's the holiday season. We're going to go ahead and get the man, McNeese AD. He's short,
Always
back
good
in
to
the
have
fourth
ED
chair.
with us.
To kind of we can do
guys.
some Q&A.
Yeah.
Welcome in. First
hey,
time here
He's
at
not
the
a
Sportsbook.
stranger. He's not a
No,
stranger.
hey,
Come
this is
on
the
now.
first time on the show here at the Horseshoe.
Year, yes,
This
we're
place
glad
is
to have
so
you
nice,
back.
right?
It is.
Happy holiday.
nice.
He's all sweatered up in the cashmere and
Always casual guy.
looking
He's
good.
always
All right.
working, man. He's always
Before
working.
we get going, our bud Jim Gazzola, how are you and him meshing nowadays on Polk Nation? Seen right here on CBS Lake Charles, Wednesday at 10:05. How you like that?
Hey,
for a
you know,
plug?
listen, it's the weekly abuse I take. I love Jim, but it's just weekly abuse.
my
But it's
goodness.
okay.
How
He's a
you think I
curmudgeon, to
feel
say
with
the
these two
Oh,
guys?
my
Oh,
Scooter,
yeah.
you and I are same company. I know.
my
Okay,
goodness, believe me.
okay.
That's
At
All
least
right.
you can get a word in.
That's not the
Not with
case.
this
That's
guy.
not the case
All right.
at all.
Let's go there.
Okay.
You're not gonna like this question, okay?
Abuse again, okay?
Your decision to fire Gary Goff, okay? If Coach Goff would have finished 7-5, and I thought they could go 8-4. If 7-5, would he have been fired?
The decision probably would have been a little bit harder, but you know, look, I think when you look at the 3 years, okay, first of all, I think Coach Goff is a really good football coach. I think he's an unbelievable human being. And what I've learned as a coach and as an AD is that there are really good coaches that just maybe don't fit at the right spot.
Okay.
You know, can West Coast guys come to the South, et cetera, et cetera? Like, it's just, some can, some can't. All that being said, when I looked at the 3 years and said, okay, here's where we are,
Yeah.
you know, can he take us, can this philosophy take us to where we ultimately want to be and need to be? I just didn't believe so.
Okay, that's
And
fair.
so we made the change, and it's never easy. I wrestled with it all weekend, and sat down on Sunday with Dr. Roos and our president, and just came up with it.
Okay, that's fair.
There we go.
That's fair.
When you made the decision, how realistic was it to get Matt Viator at that time?
That
Or
fast,
did
too.
that have
I didn't. I knew that we needed to get back to our roots. I said this for 2 to almost 3 years. When McNeese was really good, we owned I-10. From Houston to New Orleans, and I understand the portal. But if we all need to recruit the portal, but the best portal kids we're going to get are from that region too, because maybe they go to a bigger school or go far away. They want to come home. We need to have the relationship with those
Curtis
high
DeVille.
school coaches.
Curtis
Correct.
DeVille.
I agree.
Iowa
Correct.
kid want to come home.
That's right.
But
All right, that's an angle. That's an angle.
Absolutely.
did at the time you made the announcement of the firing, was Matt a viable candidate right then? Had you thought about him?
I
or
reached
did
out to
that
Matt.
happen?
I reached out to Matt right away, and and said, hey, I wanted to pick your brain, and you know, I want to talk about this, and I mean, literally, I drove down there later that evening, and we met, and you know, one thing kind of, you know, led to another, and obviously, you know, I talked to a lot of people. I did my due diligence, and you know, we still had conversations, and we were able to, you know, I was able to twist his arm at the end and get him to do it.
Were you surprised that it turned out he was interested? I think the general consensus was he was happy in retirement.
He was, and his wife was really happy too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
What's she thinking?
Chantel, thank you.
Yeah.
But honestly, you know, when he's exactly what we need. He's exactly what I wanted, but more importantly, it's what we needed.
Right.
And he is in every person I talk to, and let me make this point. His coaching tree is phenomenal.
Oh, it is.
Where
We need to
his
talk
guys
about that
are,
more.
and I mean, you know,
Chris Hampton, a former defensive backs coach, is the defensive coordinator at #1 Oregon.
I talked to him.
Yeah.
And I talked to him.
Yeah.
I mean, I talked to a lot of people. And
Lance Guidry is the defensive coordinator at Miami. I mean,
correct.
There you go.
Let me just say something. Rick and Scooter have not told you, as the AD of McNeese, you showed golf a tremendous amount of grace.
Thank you.
And I'll say this for the mere reason that he brought in a system that was brand new to this area. We didn't know what a spread was. We knew what the spread offense was.
the air raid. Okay,
but
I got you.
It's where it could never get going, Heath. And you hung in there, in there, and it got to a point to where, is it going to work? And now you've got players that you need to find to put in places to make that type of offense work, and you had a hard time finding those players, but you did something outside the box, was create the collective.
Correct.
Everybody needs that.
That's right.
And that's the only way McNeese is going to compete in this game, is to have something like that.
Here?
Yes, it is.
Good
My
one.
thing, Heath, is that where does McNeese go from this point, having something like that they can go to find the players? Rick Scooter and I said that McNeese can't have a winning season. I say they can, because there's such thing as a portal.
I said they can't. What do you
And
mean? Don't put
if
words
you've
in
got-
my mouth.
If you've got that, tell me as an AD, what is it going to take to make sure that McNeese can get on that road to having a winning season?
Well, I think we're already on it. And I think the first decision was to get Coach Viator back. And then, again, for us, we need to establish I-10 from New Orleans to
You got to
to
control
Houston.
that.
We
You
got to
have
control it. And we have to, and I loved what he said to me when I interviewed him. We need to recruit inside out. You know, we need to get the best young players and develop them. But we also need to go to the portal.
Yeah.
But the kids we're going to get from the portal, we have to have relationships with the high school coaches in this area. Because when that kid leaves Louisiana Tech or LSU or Houston or wherever, they're going to come back to their high school coach and say, Coach, what do you think?
Yeah.
And we need him to say, go play for Coach V at McNeese. It's an unbelievable atmosphere, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
The portal is here to stay. NIL is here to stay. Our collective is healthy. We have the ability to do what we need to do at this level to compete for, you know, not only conference championships, but compete nationally. And that is our goal.
McNeese AD Heath Shore has joined us in the fourth chair at SoundOff, coming to you from Caesars Sportsbook, Horseshoe Lake Charles. Quick question, 5 seconds or less. Did you put any edict or mandates on Matt in regards to his staff? Did you say you have to hold this guy, hold that? Yeah, I need this guy back. No,
I did not. Obviously we had conversations about staff, but I mean, when we signed on a dotted line, it was his program.
It's his deal. All right, couple of quick questions. UL Lafayette, September 6th, back at Cajun Field. That's a huge get. Next fall.
Yeah, it's going to be a great game. And I mean, obviously, Coach Viator was there the last 3 years.
Yeah.
So I think it's pretty neat.
Back against Mike Dez.
It's a great story. And,
It is.
It is.
And kudos to Brian Maggard, the AD there, for allowing this game to happen.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate him. I appreciate the people at UL to allow this to happen.
Yeah. We're going to have more with you in the Thursday
lots
show.
more.
Keep that sweater all tucked in nice for the holidays. We're coming back with round 4 SoundOff when we come back.
He takes the handoff. It's a refurb.
When you can't rely on technology, you can rely on Mountain Cold Refreshment.
Dave's back on.
Coors Light. Choose chill.
what's bugging you?
Is it termites? The season is now and they are swarming. At J&J Exterminating, we offer some very effective weapons against infestation of your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Don't wait. Contact us now for a free inspection.
J&J has protected Louisiana homes and businesses for over 60 years.
Call him today, make the pests go away. J&J Exterminating. Yeah.
Coors Banquet, the same brewing tradition since 1873. When you're the favorite beer of rock stars and cowboys, you don't compromise. That's our legacy. What do you want to go down in history for? Start your legacy. Coors Banquet.
All right, many holiday thanks for McNeese AD Heath Shore joining us in the fourth chair and doing some Q&A with us. He'll be back with us on Thursday's show, getting into NIL, a lot of money stuff. All right, don't forget Legends on the Bayou New Year's Eve concert. It's free at Bruise Brothers right over there.
Here.
New Year's Eve night, that would be Rusty McTwire and Zydeco Crush along with Keith Frank. Free show, Ring in 2025 here at Horseshoe Lake Charles. The Saints drop a heartbreaker. No time on the clock. 2-point conversion, fails to win the game. How do you overcome a first half with Jake Haener? I mean, Spencer Rattler he's the backup.
I don't know
what they're doing with Jake Haener.
I have no idea. How can you? That just
is that telling you that
football minds looked at those two and came up with half?
So does that tell you we need a head coach?
I don't think Rattler's.
Does that tell you we need a head coach?
Well, you're saying now Rizzy can't coach because
I'm
maybe
just saying,
Haener had better practices. I don't know, but I mean, 14
plays. Through that.
Yeah, 14 plays, 1 first down. He was running for his life. He had a couple of good throws.
Yeah.
You know, Rizzy was saying, well, if he would have hit that one, and if he would have hit that one,
he's not the quarterback.
The whole half changed.
Go with Spencer Rattler.
You agree we're going for 2 there?
I do.
Oh,
I'm big on tying the game. I'm big on tying the game and going to overtime.
No.
But in that case,
you win.
You go.
No, but I've always said, in that, let's say final 30 seconds, really. You got a chance to steal a game. You have no business winning.
I totally agree.
You say one play, let's take that chance.
And if you know that, if you're a team that's been beat up the whole entire game, you got to go for it. You don't want to get in the game.
41 is out. They got all of their
them.
players is hurt. So you got to hit. You got to hit the Commanders
when
you.
That's no brainer. You go for that.
The Saints caught a break. That goofy side judge stopping the clock with no time. Rizzy, he caught a break. He can't really complain about what happened in the third quarter. He caught a major break. No time on the clock.
He did, Rick.
And they stop it with no timeouts.
I never was clear. Would they have had any chance to spike that ball?
None.
Zero, Scooter.
Okay.
Morrow caught it at the 1.
Yeah.
They had no timeouts. The clock, it was down to 4, 3, 2, 1, but the guy stopped it.
Yeah.
And they
wouldn't have
gave
had
it
time
with
to spike.
no.
No.
Now look.
And why would that not be reviewable?
Not
they
reviewable.
said it was.
You know me and NFL refs. And Rizzy
because
said
they always review it to check the clock for other
not in
things.
that case. Not in that case. What do? You got to hold NFL refs accountable. That's what Rizzy said.
You do.
I mean, and you got to. You got to.
For the most part, they do a pretty good job. But
another losing season.
Are you crazy?
It's in the books and no playoffs.
For a second.